Hello, my friends. Welcome to this English learning podcast. My name is David, and I am very happy that you are here with me today. In this podcast, we will not only learn English, but also talk about life, feelings, and how to live in a better way. I will speak slowly and clearly so you can understand everything. Today, I want to talk about something very important in life: our emotions. Emotions are our feelings, like happiness, sadness, anger, or fear. Sometimes emotions are small, but sometimes they feel very big, and they control us. Many people ask, how can I control my emotions? How can I stay calm when something bad happens? This is what we are going to learn together today. First, let me tell you something. Controlling your emotions does not mean you must stop feeling. We are not robots. We cannot just switch off our feelings. Feelings are natural, and they are part of being human. For example, if someone makes you angry, you cannot say, I will never feel anger. That is impossible. But what you can do is learn how to react in a better way when you feel angry. This is called emotional control. Imagine a pressure cooker. A pressure cooker cooks food with a lot of heat and steam inside. If you never let the steam out, one day it will explode. Our emotions are like that. If we always hide our feelings, if we always push them inside, one day we will explode too. Maybe we will shout at someone, or cry, or feel very stressed. So emotional control is not about hiding feelings. It is about understanding feelings and choosing how to act in a safe and healthy way. I remember a time when I thought I was strong, because I never showed my feelings. I believed that keeping quiet was the mature thing to do. But one day, a person asked me a very simple question, and I became very angry. I shouted, and I surprised myself. I was not angry about that question. I was angry because of many small things that I kept inside for weeks. That day, I learned that keeping emotions hidden is not strength. Real strength is noticing your feelings, understanding them, and then deciding how to respond. This brings us to something very important: self-awareness. Self-awareness means to know yourself, to know what you are feeling and why you are feeling it. If you don't understand your own feelings, you cannot control them. It's like driving a car without a windshield. You cannot see the road and you may crash. In the same way, if you don't see your emotions clearly, you may hurt yourself or others without knowing why. Sometimes I used to shout at people and then later think, why did I get so angry? Why did I react like that? After some time, I learned to ask myself better questions. Am I tired? Am I stressed? Is something else bothering me? Many times, my anger was not about the person in front of me. It was about me. It was about something else I carried inside. When I started to understand this, my reactions became calmer. Another important tool is the pause. The pause is very small, but it is very powerful. It means that before you react, you stop for a moment, maybe for 3 seconds or 5 seconds. Just breathe and wait before you answer or act. In that small moment, you get the chance to choose your reaction. For example, if someone cuts in front of you in traffic, your first feeling might be anger. You may want to shout or press the horn. But if you pause for a few seconds, you can think, is this worth my energy? Do I really need to get angry? Most of the time, the answer is no. That short pause saves you from many problems. I also use the pause when I feel overwhelmed. Sometimes life gives us too much stress, too much work, or too many problems at the same time. In those moments, even one small thing can make us angry. But if I pause before reacting, I give myself space. I give my mind time to think, and then I can respond more calmly. Many times, our reactions are not really about the present moment. They are connected to old memories, old pain. For example, someone may make a small joke, and suddenly you feel very hurt. You ask yourself, Why did this hurt me so much? The reason is not the joke. The reason is something from your past. Maybe when you were younger, people laughed at you and you felt embarrassed. That old pain comes back, and it makes today's joke feel bigger than it really is. This is called a trigger. A trigger is something small in the present that opens an old wound. For example, once a person corrected me in a meeting. The correction was polite, not rude, but I felt very defensive and angry. Later, I understood why. When I was younger, a teacher always picked on me in class and made me feel small. So when my coworker corrected me, my mind connected it to that old memory. It was not really about the coworker. It was about my past. Here is the important lesson. Emotions are clues, not enemies. They show us where we need to heal. When you feel a very strong reaction, ask yourself, is this about today, or is this about something from before? If you understand the real reason, you can choose how to act. Remember this. Feelings and actions are not the same. Just because you feel angry does not mean you must shout. Just because you feel hurt does not mean you must send an angry message. You can pause, feel your emotion, and then decide. This is true power. I often ask myself one question before I act. Is my response coming from pain or from peace? If I act from pain, I will probably hurt someone. If I act from peace, my response will be calmer and wiser. Sometimes the best response is silence. Sometimes the best response is walking away. Not every argument needs your voice. Not every fight needs your energy. There is also something I like to call the let them mindset. This means if someone doesn't invite you, let them. If someone doubts your dreams, let them. If someone misunderstands you, let them. You do not need to control other people. You only need to control yourself. If someone shows you who they are, believe them and let them be. This way you save your peace and your energy. Many times, we waste our energy trying to change other people's opinions. We argue, we explain, we defend ourselves. But this often brings more stress than peace. When you let go, when you stop fighting for approval, you feel free. My friends, another thing I have learned in life is that silence is not weakness. Many people think, if I stay silent, people will think I am weak. People will think I lost the argument. But that is not true. Silence can be strength. Silence means you are wise enough to save your energy. Silence means you understand that not every battle is your battle. Think about this. If someone argues with you about your favorite color, and they say, your favorite color is not good, do you need to fight with them? No, because they will not change their mind. They already decided. So why waste your time? The same thing happens in life. Many people argue not because they want to understand, but because they want to win. If you join that fight, you lose your peace. But if you stay silent, you keep your peace. I remember a time when I used to argue a lot in text messages. If someone misunderstood me, I would write long texts to explain myself. I wanted them to see my point of view, but it never worked. Instead, I felt more tired and more upset. One day, I asked myself, is this helping me or is this hurting me? The answer was clear. It was hurting me. From that day, I decided I will not fight for every point. I will not waste hours trying to change someone's mind. If it costs me my peace, it is too expensive. My peace is more important than being right. And your peace is more important too. Winning an argument is not real victory. Real victory is staying calm, keeping your happiness, and protecting your heart. That is what emotional control gives you. Now, let's think about energy. Every day, we wake up with a certain amount of energy, just like our phone battery. If you waste your energy on small fights, small arguments, or small problems, by the middle of the day, your battery is empty. You feel tired, angry, and weak. But if you save your energy, If you choose carefully where to spend it, you can use that energy for the things that really matter. Your goals, your dreams, your loved ones, and your future. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not every hill is worth climbing. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to walk away. When you walk away, you are not losing. You are choosing. You are choosing yourself, your peace, and your future. Let me tell you something important. When you control your emotions, you do not only help yourself, you also help your relationships. Think about a family, a friendship, or a marriage. Many times, relationships break not because of one big problem, but because of many small reactions. Maybe one person shouts, the other person shouts back, and slowly love and peace disappear. But if one person can pause, stay calm, and speak softly, many fights can be avoided. So, emotional control is not only for you, it is also a gift you give to the people around you. Your calm energy can make your home, your work, and your life more peaceful. Now, I want to share something very powerful that changed the way I think. It is this: I could respond, but I don't need to. This sentence is very strong. Many times, people push us to react. They want us to fight. They want us to prove something. But you can say to yourself, I could respond, but I don't need to. This gives you freedom. You realize that you are in control, not them. When you feel angry, tell yourself, I could shout, but I don't need to. When you feel hurt, say, I could write a long message, but I don't need to. When you feel misunderstood, think, I could explain myself again, but I don't need to. This simple thought will save you many problems and give you more peace. Let's also talk about patience. Patience is very important when it comes to emotions. Sometimes when we are angry, we want to fix everything right now, but quick reactions often create bigger problems. If you wait, if you give time, your feelings will become softer. Then you can see things more clearly. For example, in a relationship, if you argue with someone, it is better to wait until your mind is calm before you speak again. Because words spoken in anger cannot be taken back. They can hurt deeply, but if you wait and then talk with a calm heart, your words will heal, not hurt. I also want to remind you that controlling emotions does not mean you never express them. Expressing emotions is healthy, but it must be done in a safe and kind way. For example, if you are sad, you can talk to a friend, write in a journal, or take a walk. If you are angry, you can exercise, breathe deeply, or talk calmly about your feelings. The key is to express without hurting yourself or others. Now let's return to the idea of let them. This mindset can change your life. People will always do things you don't like. They will judge you, doubt you, and sometimes even hurt you. But you cannot control them. You can only control yourself. So, when someone shows you who they are, let them. If they don't support you, let them. If they don't understand you, let them. If they don't believe in you, let them. You don't need their approval to be happy. When you stop fighting for their approval, you become free. You feel lighter, like you dropped a heavy bag you were carrying for years. That bag was full of other people's opinions. And you don't need to carry it anymore. Silence and stillness can be louder than words. Sometimes, not reacting is the strongest reaction. People expect you to fight. When you don't, they realize you are strong. You are not controlled by anger, by ego, or by fear. You are controlled by peace. Real strength is not shouting. Real strength is not fighting. Real strength is choosing calm when chaos tries to pull you in. Real strength is smiling when life wants you to cry. Real strength is walking away when your ego wants you to stay. My friends, if you learn to master your emotions, you will master your life. Because emotions are like the steering wheel of a car. If you let emotions drive, the car will go in many wrong directions. But if you control the wheel, you can take your life wherever you want to go. Remember, emotions are not bad. They are teachers. Anger teaches you that something feels unfair. Sadness teaches you that something matters to you. Fear teaches you to be careful. Happiness teaches you to be grateful. But you are the driver. You decide how to use these lessons. So from today, promise yourself, I will pause before reacting. I will think before speaking. I will choose peace over anger. I will protect my energy. I will not fight every battle. I will practice the let them mindset. And I will remember that silence can be my greatest power. My friends, now that we have talked about pausing, patience, and the let them mindset, I want to share some more ideas that can help you master your emotions in daily life. First, let's talk about breathing. Breathing sounds very simple, but it is one of the strongest tools you can use when you feel emotional. When you are angry, your heart beats fast. Your body feels hot, and your mind runs quickly. But if you stop and take a deep breath, slowly in and slowly out, your body starts to calm down. Just one deep breath can give you space between your feelings and your actions. Try it the next time you feel upset. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, and then breathe out slowly. You will feel lighter. Second, let's talk about perspective. Perspective means the way you see something. Sometimes our emotions grow bigger because of how we look at the situation. For example, if someone speaks to you in a rude way, you might think, they don't respect me. They want to hurt me. This thought makes you angry. But if you change perspective and think, maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they are stressed. Maybe it's not about me. Then your feelings become softer. By changing your perspective, you change your emotions. Third, think about gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful. When we focus only on problems, we feel more negative emotions. But when we focus on what we already have, food, health, family, friends, even the small things like sunshine or a smile, we feel more peace. Gratitude changes our emotions from heavy to light, from sad to happy. A grateful heart is harder to disturb. Now let's talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not easy, but it is very important. When someone hurts us, our emotions become heavy. We feel anger, sadness, or revenge. But if we hold those emotions for too long, they hurt us more than they hurt the other person. Forgiveness does not mean you say what they did was okay. It means you choose to let go of the heavy stone inside your heart. When you forgive, you free yourself. Also, we need to practice self-forgiveness. Many times, we are angry not only at others, but also at ourselves. Maybe you made a mistake, or you failed, or you hurt someone in the past. If you keep punishing yourself, your emotions will control you. But when you forgive yourself, you give yourself permission to grow and move forward. Remember, you are human, you are learning, and you deserve peace too. Another point is routines. Routines are daily habits that keep your emotions balanced. For example, exercise, journaling, meditation, or even walking in nature can help you release emotions in a healthy way. When you move your body, your mind feels clearer. When you write your feelings on paper, your heart feels lighter. When you sit quietly, your thoughts slow down. These small routines make a big difference in emotional control. Let me share a small story. Once, I had a very stressful week. Work was too much, and my mind was full of worry. Every small thing made me angry. Then I decided to go for a walk in the park every morning. Just 20 minutes. I looked at the trees, listened to the birds, and breathed fresh air. Slowly, my emotions became calmer. I realized that nature itself can heal our hearts. So when you feel heavy inside, take a walk. It can be simple but very powerful. Now let us think about relationships again. When you are with people you love, emotions play a big role. Sometimes you want to win the fight, but later you lose the relationship. Always remember, words are powerful. They can build or they can break. When you are angry, pause. Ask yourself, do I want to hurt or do I want to heal? Choose healing words. Choose kindness. That choice can save a friendship, a marriage, or a family bond. Also practice listening. Many emotional problems happen because people don't feel heard. If you listen to others with patience, many arguments disappear. Listening itself can calm emotions, both yours and theirs. Another important thing is to protect your environment. If you spend time with negative people who always complain, gossip, or fight, their energy will affect your emotions. But if you spend time with positive people who encourage you, respect you, and bring peace, your emotions will also be calmer. So be careful about who you allow into your life. Choose people who lift you, not people who drag you down. Now let's go back to the idea of strength. Many people think strength means fighting, shouting, or proving yourself. But real strength is calmness. Real strength is when you can control yourself, even when everything outside tries to push you. Real strength is when you choose peace over pride. Pride wants to win. Peace wants to grow. If you want to build a better life, choose peace. My friends, controlling emotions is not something you learn in one day. It is a daily practice. Some days you will succeed, and some days you will fail. That is okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. Each time you pause instead of shouting, you grow. Each time you walk away instead of fighting, you grow. Each time you choose silence over anger, you grow. Step by step, you become stronger and wiser. Remember, emotions are not enemies, they are guides. But you are the leader. You decide how to walk. You decide where to go. Don't let your emotions drive the car of your life. Hold the steering wheel. Choose your direction. So today, I want you to make a promise to yourself. Say, I will not let small problems control me. I will pause and breathe before I react. I will protect my peace more than my pride. I will choose silence when words bring pain. I will forgive others and also forgive myself. I will focus on gratitude and perspective. I will keep routines that help me stay calm. If you repeat these promises every day, slowly they will become part of you. And one day, you will notice that your emotions no longer control you. You control them. But finally, my dear listeners, I want to thank you for joining me in this podcast. I know English may be difficult for some of you, but remember, every time you listen, every time you practice, you are improving. And when you also learn life lessons like this, you grow not only in English, but also in your mind and heart. So keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing. Your emotions are your energy. Use them wisely. Your peace is your power. Protect it always. And your future is waiting for you. Calm, strong, and full of light. That is the end of today's talk. I hope these words give you strength and help you in your life. Until next time, stay calm, stay kind, and stay strong.